We got a lot of undefeated teams in this sport, and I don't think many people are paying attention. You know, Syracuse of the Atlantic Coast Conference, Syracuse is undefeated right now. Did you catch the game against Army or Purdue or Western Michigan or Colgate? Don't lose to toothpaste. Everybody's losing to rice these days, so we got to update. Don't lose to toothpaste. Well, Syracuse didn't. They beat them 65-0. Syracuse is 4-0. They get Clemson this week. Then they go to North Carolina. Then they go to Florida State. Go 1 of 3, guys. Just go 1 of 3 there, and I'd be happy with you. Missouri, undefeated. Missouri Tigers, undefeated right now. Now, you watched them. Well, we did because we were at the game. We saw them beat Kansas State, but they squeaked by Middle Tennessee the week before. They squeaked by Memphis yesterday. I'm interested to see where this goes from here. They go to Vanderbilt this week, and then they got LSU at home. Remember last year? Remember how they were 2-4 in one-possession games, and already they've got 3 of them under their belt now, and they're 3-0 in those? Interesting times in the loot. Did you know that when they play in St. Louis, like they did yesterday, they call it Mizzou in the Lou? Because I didn't. I was last week years old when I learned that. Kentucky, sound the blue alarm. They're still undefeated. They've played Ball State. They've played Eastern Kentucky, Akron, and at Vanderbilt. All double-digit wins, so they've done what they should. They've been brutally efficient. It gets real in a hurry for Kentucky starting this week. They play Florida. Then they go to Georgia. Then they've got Missouri in there. There's a bye week before they play Tennessee, Mississippi State, Alabama, South Carolina, and Louisville. Back to close the year. So with Kentucky, they've built up a head of steam, but who didn't expect them to be 4-0 at this point? Pretty much everyone did. It just looks a lot better once you've got the wins secured. But now they got Florida this week. Big game. We gave consideration to going there for the Once Upon a Saturday tour. Big game. Kansas is undefeated. Kansas plays Texas this week. Kansas is a 17-point dog to Texas this week. Jalen Daniels, that quarterback, 75% completion percentage so far this year. So he's tearing it up. He's healthy. They've beat Missouri State, Illinois, Nevada, Brigham Young. Great, wonderful, good, grand. But now we got Texas, and then we got UCF the next week. So conference play is upon us. And last but not least, because we talked about this team a number of times in the summer. Sorry, had something in my throat. Louisville is also undefeated. And Louisville's the sneaky team that we circled in the preseason because I told you they don't play they don't play Clemson, they don't play Florida State, they don't play North Carolina. They dodge all the big boys in conference play. Now, that's the good news. The bad news, maybe, is it turns out Duke's pretty good. It turns out Miami's pretty good. You do have to play them. Also, you've got Notre Dame coming up in a few weeks, and I don't think Notre Dame's going anywhere anytime soon. So, you know, it gets tougher, but Louisville's just going to sneak around all year. I'm pretty convinced that they're going to be there in the end, and people are going to say, well, Louisville, where'd you come from? Oh, we've just been here the whole time.